Greetings and good day, YouTube. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in Building the Kingdom. When we last left off, we were just doing some more fill-in job with dirt and stuff like that. I think we actually did a little bit of work on the mine/tunnel, and we were getting ourselves a bunch of stone for the inevitability of doing a lot of this work, because I wanted to use actual stone instead of cobblestone, because actual stone looks a lot better in my opinion. Because if you look over here, yeah, ow, look at that. That looks absolutely wonderful. That'd do, that'd do. Let me open my stream manager on tablet. We're ready and raring to go there. Got a bunch of sheep over there we could take out for the mutton, but we're fine. We'll leave that as is. Don't know if I was going to go down and dig some more stone up or if I was going to do something else. Let me take a little bit of a gander and figure out. I think we're going to get a bunch more shovel, honestly. And we're going to utilize those shovels as a means to finish flattening a little bit of this area and going from that point forward. Actually, axes, because I got some more trees I want to cut over there in that region. Let me check something really fast to see how the music sounds compared to me. Okay, I think we're good to go. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully it's not too low. Well, we have a bunch of sticks. Put the wood away. The dirt needs to go with the dirt. The dirt lives with the dirt. Charcoal will keep with us. Yeah, we should be fine there. My little face is in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. So we're all good. Throw the flowers where the flowers go. Metal needs to go with metal. Tools with tools, mats with mats, so on and so forth. Put some stuff there for the time being. We'll throw this in with the tools, because why not? Potatoes over here. Got your meat and your potatoes. Your potatoes and your meat. That's a reference to an earlier metaphor I was making. Axes, shovels. So sticks and stones, they may break ye bones. But what you never say can cause wars. I always just like that saying. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but what you say can never hurt me. That's absolute and utter bullshit. Words can literally start and end wars. And you're gonna try and say some bullshit about how words won't hurt you? Fuck off with that dumb bullshit. Because that's a lie. Even if you try and say that to yourself, it's not 100% true. Let's not accidentally make too many shovels here. Words have an effect on everybody, no matter how hard you try not to have them have said effect. It's just how humans are. I'll keep the sticks on me because we're about to be chopping down some trees and stuff like that. This is going to be very chill today. We're not going to be doing much what we always do. We're just going to be playing this for the evening. I think we're going to play Minecraft every single Monday. Add that to the rotation, basically, of games that I want to play. Because I'm having a good time with it. I want to continue to have a good time with it. Probably trying to get a stack of... I keep wanting to call this stone, but it's obviously not stone, it's dirt. We'll probably play this for 2-3 hours and then go from there. Decide to play maybe some Fortnite. Who knows? I've been having some fun with that one. Maybe I'll get into Apex Legends a little bit. The new season should be coming out soon enough. So maybe we'll do that. Who knows? Who knows? That should be a full stack right there, which it is. Go get some wood. I want some wood. Should we make the port city a dock city? So it's made out of planks. And the planks touch the water. That's something I'm debating with mentally. What if we just want to do that, huh? What if we just want to make a dock city instead of a true port city? Who knows? Not I. Not yet, anyways. Not until we start getting into the crafting of the city itself. Mind you, it's going to take quite some time to get to that stage, because we're still in the setup phase regarding the land of the kingdom. As you can tell, I'm in it like in a fantastic mood, so I'm going to be a little bit talkative for several hours. Over the weekends, I'm actually doing edit streams. So, like, for 6 to 8 hours, I end up editing things. Also, I'm thinking about it, and I may end up doing a very long stream on Friday, because Path of Exile is a game that I know very little about. I've heard many great things about it, and I actually had a buddy show me the most recent stream regarding the next update for Path of Exile, or PoE, as I'm going to refer to it as. I couldn't think of the name of it or the terminology utilized. Anyways, it is a very interesting look. Apparently, they're changing a lot of things. Like, they're making it a lot more accessible to newer players, I believe, from what my friend told me. I literally know, like, a minimal amount. The most minimal amount you can possibly think of is what I know for PoE. So Friday, going into this game, I'm going to have no knowledge whatsoever of it. I'm waiting for this little advertisement to pass up because I don't feel like listening to the ad right now. I got 3 drinks in front of me, and not including my water. I've got tea, juice, root the beer. Root beer is one of my favorite drinks of all time. Tea is next. 100% juices I'm up for, and water. Those are my top 4 drinks. If you wanted me to say what they were in order, I would be unable to do so. Because there are some days where I like water more than anything, right? But today's not that day. Today's the day where I feel like drinking several things at one time. It's just in the moment what I feel like drinking will change. I love how I'm still, like, I don't know what it is. I must be some mental thing with me I need to get over with the yawning while I'm streaming. Because I'm actually not that tired. I just have this bad habit of yawning while I stream. And I don't know why. Maybe it's the tea. The tea might actually be doing it. It might be a mental thing that I'm, like, associating tea with sleepiness, because I sometimes drink a tea just before I go to sleep. Do not know. I'm not really bothered by it. I mean, I'm bothered enough to where I keep bringing it up, but I'm not too bothered by it where it's going to have an effect on, like, my focus. Because right now I'm currently focused on the game and talking to you all. Also, since we're a couple minutes in, I'd like to say, for those of you that are new to the kingdom, if you haven't already, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel, as well as the main channel. Links to such can be found in the description below, via streamer links, or all my links, right? You can utilize those and get sent there, as well as my Twitch stream, where you can follow me over there and catch me when I go live at 8 p.m. EST every weekday. There's several other things, Twitter, Discord, all that you can come across with streamer links and all my links as well. I'm getting a little bit better at this, at the advertising myself, but there's some tweaking I could do. Oh, also, if you enjoy the content enough and feel like supporting it monetarily, more power to you. You can become a Guardian of the Kingdom via subscribing on my Twitch. Tier 1, Knight. Tier 2, Golem/Sentinel. And Tier 3, Dragon. Or, if you have Amazon Prime, which I know a lot of people out there have been getting Amazon Prime because of the Legend of Vox Machina, well, don't hesitate to utilize that monthly token on yours truly. I would very much appreciate it. And thank you in advance for doing so. Anyways, let's continue on with the mindless grind that is setting up the kingdom in Minecraft. Is it necessary to cut all these trees down? Yes, because otherwise they would be floating in the void that I'll create when I end up flattening this land that I'm currently standing on. Question the second. What am I going to do with all this wood? Well, probably make a bunch of charcoal, in all honesty, for one thing. 2, we need a bunch of sticks for reasons, as well as planks for reasons, housing, basically. So that's another reason why we need to cut down all these trees. 3, I feel like it. That's probably the biggest one right there. I just feel like chopping down wood all day, every day. Gonna have to go rest because it's becoming night outside and we don't want none of the monsters. The monsters to get us while we at work. That's why we've got to get to sleep at night before the monsters come out and get us. Beasts of the dark will fill me regardless, but I don't feel like dealing with the beasts of the dark. I want to say night there. Beasts of the night. Beasts of the dark. I like night better, don't you? Beasts of the night. Yeah, beasts of the night fear me more than I fear them. I just don't feel like dealing with them right now. If I do that voice for too long, it will absolutely ruin my vocal cords. Good thing I have a thing of warm tea, so I can use that voice and other voices as well. I have no idea how those actually sound, if they come through on the mic and all that, as well as I think they do. But I'll have to find out in several months from now when I eventually end up getting around to editing this. I think I might do a short little, like, two hour on this one. Maybe a 2 hour on the next one. Who knows? Maybe I'll play 3 games tonight. I'm feeling a little randy about things. So maybe I'll feel a little randy and we'll decide to play multiple games at once, eh? Not multiple games at once, but multiple games for the evening. Oh, shit. What if I just decided to talk in Minecraft sounds? I can't do that either, that's just too annoying to me. Maybe I can do the sound effect well enough. I sound nasally enough as is naturally. SpongeBob. I don't know if I did the Squidward voice well enough there, but who knows. Anyways. My brain's in 1,000 different spots at once. I'm thinking about all these different references that I know about. I'm like in a great mood and I'm excited for the games in the future. I'm really excited because like I was thinking about it and I didn't like really show my excitement last night, but I'm pretty hyped to play Halo. I've heard many things about it. That and recently, I know Bungie doesn't own Halo anymore. I know that. That's not the point, though. I know that Sony recently acquired Halo. I was kind of hoping it was Konami that Sony acquired. Not Halo, I meant Bungie. Bungie was acquired by Sony. That was announced today. And I hate how everybody immediately goes, oh, they did this because Microsoft bought Activision. No, these deals take months of time, right? These are not deals that happen overnight. You're talking about billions of dollars exchanging hands. You're not going to have a deal that takes billions of dollars to happen overnight. You can fantasize all you want about that. That's not how these things work, right? So, Sony recently, like literally it was announced today, acquired Bungie. I was hoping it was Konami because I miss Metal Gear, you know? I miss a lot of this shit that no longer exists. Basically because of Konami being obsessed or what have you with pachinko games and gambling and stuff like that. Like Silent Hill, what they did, they butchered my boy. How could they butcher my boy? Like that's just like horrendous. Ooh, I'll have to see if I still have the Silent Hill games actually, or if I can get them, I should say. That's a series I never really played through. I like played the game a little bit, but I never beat and played through it. I wonder if I can get through it now, because I'm much older, much wiser. Not much wiser, but wise enough to potentially beat those games, at least at this current stage. I don't even remember where I got stuck. I think I got stuck at a simple part, but whatever. Ow, how could this happen to me? I should probably chow down on some food. I'm getting hungry. In game, obviously. Tired. I love how I just got done saying I'm not tired, then my mouth just says tired. I'm really not tired. Well, what's that, like, mentally tired? I'm mentally tired, but I'm excited at the same time. It's a hard concept to wrap your head around. I understand that. People can have multiple polarizing thought processes and feelings at the same exact time. Like, I'm mentally exhausted about certain things, but I'm, like, physically active, if that makes sense. Maybe that's why I'm yawning so much. I'm just mentally... just constant have this mentally tired all the time. You know, it's exhausting dealing with these dumbasses. Just so fucking exhausting. So what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna end up deforesting this whole area, which is fine because we do have a forestry industry not too far away from where we're at. I'm probably not gonna go much farther than this area because I don't want to take the whole mountain down. At least that's not in my plans yet. But anything that's on this area, we gotta take. We gotta take it out. We gotta take this wood downtown. We don't have a downtown yet, but we're gonna make a downtown. Just trust me. Had tacos today for dinner. Tacos, both hard and soft, alongside like a miniature fruit salad. It was a lazy fruit salad because it was all canned fruit. And boy, oh boy, do I love dousing them tacos in hot sauce. I just love hot sauce. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all love Hot sauce. It doesn't fit. I tried to make it fit by changing up the lyrics a little bit, but it just did not work. It did not work. Probably just drop these saplings. We don't necessarily need more saplings. God, now I need to figure out what the hell the keys are for this game because it's been such a long time since I last played it. Been a while. A week. It's gonna be a week between every time I get back into this game. That's a little bit concerning, but then again, it's not that big of a deal considering what I'm doing right now is pretty chill, pretty average. It's not the biggest issue to deal with, you know? We just chop it down the wood, we deal with what we need to deal with, and we go from there. I probably should have waited till I stepped forward and then started popping my tea like I did. Oh no, I'm debating again. It's one of those things where I'm playing this for a little while and then I'm going to switch over to a different game. Again, the toss-up is between Let It Die, which I don't know if I actually want to play, Apex Legends, and Fortnite. Those are the three games that I feel like playing after this. I will say, coming up this Friday, again, this is primarily for the VOD watchers because by that and whoever's watching this on YouTube might be able to catch this before I go live for the first time with Path of Exile. And depending on how much I enjoyed Path of Exile, will depend on what, like, where that comes in at on the rotation, you know? Like, this is going to be a weekly thing. Minecraft is going to be a weekly thing every Monday, whatever. Any other time I feel like playing it, sure, why not? Weekends are going to be subject to editing for the majority of said streams or said days. However, it's one of those things where, like, how do I word this? If I feel like playing a game, I'm gonna play a game, right? On the weekends, I've been editing off stream just a little bit here and there when I can. And I'm probably going to continue to do so. But I'm probably also going to edit on stream if I feel like it. Like, say, finish up with Minecraft and I don't feel like playing anything. I'll just throw on just chatting and edit for a little while. But yeah, it depends on what I feel like playing when I get done with this. If I feel like playing Apex or checking that out, seeing if we got anything new for the new season, which could be possible, we will. Mind you, we've grinded out enough to where we're at gold. Not in arenas, though. We could practice with some arenas. Mind you, one of the biggest things I need to keep in mind is my aiming. I'm not the best at aiming on keyboard. I'm better than controller with aim assist off when I use keyboard and mouse, obviously. I think my aim's actually pretty good. It's just there are certain times where, like, if I'm rusty, I need to knock the rust off, and sometimes it takes a while for me to knock the rust off. I mean, might as well. That'll knock some space up for later. Might as well not potentially waste any space for wood, or waste any wood, I should say. We'll go from there. Ow. I'm happy with how this is going so far. Mind you, we do have a lot of shovel use to do, a lot of dirt to dig up, a lot of dirt to fill in. But I'm not concerned at all with that. We're just gonna continue to chop down some bloody trees, alright? After that, that is when we will go from filling and stuff like that. We haven't really adventured a lot. This isn't really an adventuring campaign, though. This is just a natural mega build. I feel like playing this. I mean, I could do it in creative, but I don't want to do it in creative. I don't want to do it in creative. No, I don't want to do it in creative. I want to have like a natural progression type thing, right? I want to look at this the first time I ever looked at it and go, wow, it went from that to what you see before you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To what you see before you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just in a good mood. You ever have one of those days where it's Monday, normally you'd be in a shit mood on a Monday, got a bad case of Mondays? Well, today I said, fuck you, Monday, I ain't gonna have a bad case of you. I'm gonna have a good case of the Mondays, some bitch. And then I proceeded to have a great case of the Mondays. One of the better Mondays I've ever had, in all honesty. So, for the editing stream so far, we're going through Nioh. Nioh is a very Souls-like game. It's got its differences, of course, like all Souls-likes do. But it's quite similar. I consider it a little bit more relaxed, considering you could replay missions and grind out souls, aka Amrita, or Amrita. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. I apologize for anybody that offends, but I speak American, so take that how you will. Means I don't speak very good English, because English is from England, and American, I'll go as far as to say American English. I speak American English. Right? Does that make sense? Does that make more sense than just American? Anyways. So you got your souls, right? And you can grind out those souls by replaying missions over and over and over again. And then you can become overleveled, overpowered. Mind you, there are still some boss fights that'll give you trouble, regardless of how your level is, because you need to understand the mechanics, you need to get proper skills, yada yada yada. But that's beside the point. The point trying to make is I'm currently editing a very Souls-like game, and what I'm doing is I'm playing with like some of the functions that I have with the editor. Basically, I'm learning the editor, and I have text that pops up in the basically where my webcam is currently. It pops up where my webcam is because I didn't have a webcam at the time that I was doing the Nioh stuff. So up in that corner, the upper left corner, what happens is something will pop up and it'll say deaths, and then 1 pops up, right? And the deaths counter is gonna remain in that position unless there's a cutscene, right? It will fade out for cutscenes, fade back in when a cutscene's over, I think. And then every time gameplay is active, it will be active, all the way up to the point where I beat the game and will have a final death count. Most of my openings and closings will be very generic. Full cam, there'll be full cam openings and stuff like that. I'll probably wear a different shirt, a shirt I rarely, if ever, wear. So it'll be like one of those things where it doesn't feel as like, oh, he wears these clothes all the time. No, I just wear them for a couple of days, and then after a couple of days go around, when I've sat in them long enough and the filth of those clothes has grown to the point where I can no longer stand it, which is about 3 days maximum. If I'm feeling really, really, really lazy, 4 days. But after this, I'm probably not going to be wearing these clothes in particular. I'll be wearing something else. Anyways. Other games. I got a whole bunch of games on the list that I want to play. Luckily, not this upcoming month, because first things first, we have Path of Exile, and then right after that, we have Elden Ring, right? So the month after next, which is like literally during this stream, we're going to roll into next month, which is currently January 31st, 2022. February 1st, 2022 will be happening in just 3 hours and 30 minutes thereabouts for me. All right. With next month, we're gonna basically be playing PoE on Fridays? Question mark. Probably gonna play it more often than that. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and possibly Wednesdays, depending on how I'm feeling, will be Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Because I want to beat that game, considering I've played through Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider. For the second time, Rise of the Tomb Raider, I mean. Tomb Raider I played for the first time on the hardest difficulty. Rise of the Tomb Raider I played on an easier difficulty, and I beat it in 6 hours, which is a record for me, considering how I normally play those games. Takes me forever and a half. So I was very proud of myself. Mind you, a speed run takes about 2 hours with load times. So for somebody like me to beat a game in 6 hours and not be close to a speed run, but look at it and go, you know, if I wasn't fucking around for an hour, I could have beaten it in 4. Which is, sure, it's double/triple the time a regular speed run costs. But that's fucking saying something for somebody like me. Holy shit. Deserve a little pat on the back. Don't I? I think I do. Anyways. That's like my generalized... I almost said contract. I don't have a contract. My generalized schedule for the time being. In the future, probably March, April, and May, I'll be doing a couple of retro games, i.e. things like Ace Combat 5, The Unsung War, Armored Core 3, Front Mission 4, Cabela's Dangerous Adventures, Cabela's Outdoor Adventures, Cabela's Alaskan Adventures, and what was the other one? Dangerous Hunts, Alaskan Adventures, Outdoor Adventures, Cabela's African Safari. Those are like 4 hunting games that I basically hunting/fishing games that I really want to share with my community because of how much I enjoyed playing them when I was younger. Maybe even Madden 7. Oh god, Madden 07. I need to fucking play that one. That I think is one of the better, if not the best, Madden game in my opinion. Mind you, I hadn't played many others, but I've watched some plays of them, and I've like heard tale of them. Like, you know, can you make your own team still? Like, make your own players, and not just like make your own player to send through career, but make your own player, and then go from there. It is absolutely amazing to me how quickly these axes seem to get used up. That, and we've only been going at it for 35... Well, actually, it's been a little bit more than 35 minutes, potentially. Let me see what my uptime is. 34 minutes, right? And it's already been, like, 2 days. No, 3 days. This will be the 3rd day right now. So, making some hella progress right now. I do need to make sure I get... into my house before it actually becomes night, because that's when the monsters spawn. Monsters aren't going to be spawning right yet, but because we have some time to travel, I need to start heading there a little bit earlier than I normally would. I like acoustic music. Music you can just chill out and listen to. Wood. WD. Wood. Oh no. I mean, we're pretty damn close to having chopped down everything we need to chop down, but I still have 4 axes, and I want to make sure I chop down everything we need to chop down. We're not going to stop before we're done. We shall only surrender. No, there is no surrender. How would I word that? We shall only stop when there is no more to do. Doesn't really fit, but whatever. I'll make do with what we have to make do with. It is quite phenomenal just how much wood we have to chop down. Even now, after chopping down as much wood as I have chopped down. It is phenomenal. Phenomena. Na 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 na. Banana. Na 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 na. I think next December, or this December, this coming December, around the time that Cyberpunk 2077 released last year, or 2 years ago, I should say, I will do another playthrough. Maybe I'll do a different type of build. Maybe I'll do a melee build. Melee ninja build. That might be pretty fucking cool. That might be pretty fucking cool. Stop fucking yawning. Smack your face, you little bitch. Yo, maybe we'll check out maybe we'll check out Apex Legends for a little bit. And after we do some of that, we'll move from that point. We'll move from that point forward after checking out Apex Legends. Fuck off with this stupid fucking advert. Nobody actually fucking cares. I don't. Oh, greetings and good day, Maria. How are you today? Sorry, I was getting aggravated about an advertisement from Spotify. It's the stupid advertisement about this show. A show about Pam Anderson and Tommy Lee Jones's sex tape. Also, my apologies. Greetings and good day, Maria. How are you today? If I didn't say that the first time. I guess, but it's like... Who... Do you care? I know I don't. The only people I could possibly imagine caring about that information are the people who were around when that was a thing. People our age will not give a shit about that because they don't. If they even know who Pam Anderson and Tommy Lee Jones is, or it's not Tommy Lee Jones. It's not. It's the rocker, the Tommy Lee rocker dude, not the actor dude. Hold on, I need to Google this. Can't believe I'm actually Googling this, but fuck it. I don't know why I added John. Yeah, it's just Tommy Lee. Just Tommy Lee. I added Jones to that. Anyways, I'm sure you've been here a couple of times while I've been playing through Minecraft. We're pretty much going to be doing this every single Monday, and all I'm doing is basically setting up stuff to build later down the line. These are probably going to be the more chillax, boring streams. I call them boring because not going to be doing much else besides mining and placing down blocks. Not going to be doing a lot of adventuring in the and like it'll be a while before we get to the adventuring aspect of this. Plus, I need to get a lot of stone because what I want to do is I want to after I cut a couple more of these trees down. There are just too many trees to deal with right now. Holy crap. Honestly, I might only play this for a couple of hours, like 3 to 4 hours tonight, and then switch over to Fortnite. Because the toss-up is between, once again, 3 games: Apex Legends, Fortnite, or Let It Die. And, I mean, I had a lot of fun with Fortnite. But yeah, I need to get a lot of stone because I need to put that stone in the furnace. And then after I get the stone out of the furnace, it'll go from cobblestone to regular stone. And I'm going to be placing that stone like this. This is not a coliseum. This is just like... I'm going to build a coliseum, I think. But that comes later down the line. But I do appreciate you coming by to say, hey-o. How do you do? I'm just very excited today. Is today Monday? Or am I stupid and today's Sunday? No, it's Monday. It's Monday. Okay. Anyways, this Friday coming up, I'm going to be playing Path of Exile for the first time. Because the new update, or whatever you want to call it, the new expansion comes out. And one of my other buddies was basically very excited about it. And over the last couple of years, I basically heard wondrous things about Path of Exile, but I myself have not really, like, been hooked yet, up until my buddy linked me to their Twitch stream, where they were talking all about all the new things they're changing with this update, and apparently they've made it more readily available for new players and stuff like that, like, it's all kinds of crazy stuff, and I was like, as I was watching, I'm like, 90% of this is going right over my head, but I kind of like what I'm hearing. The massive skill trees or perk trees or whatever the hell they're called. Just things that made me go, I want to dip my toe in this game and see what the hell it has to offer us. So this Friday I'm going to be playing Path of Exile. Tuesday and Thursday we are going to be playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Wednesday is a up for debate day. Monday is Minecraft. And Friday, like I said, Path of Exile. Weekends are going to be saved for primarily just edit streams. Never heard about it? Really? Okay. Then you may be in for a treat if you manage to stop by on Friday, because it'll be the first time I'm ever playing the game. I've heard, like, a lot of different streamers talk about it. A couple of my other like online buddies talk about it. So I was like, you know what, screw it, we'll try it out. I knew Shadow of the Tomb Raider would get you excited. But yeah, I'm hyped to play that tomorrow. It's actually tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow. We start our Shadow of the Tomb Raider playthrough. I might play it on the hardest difficulty. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to play that game like I normally play a game like that, or if I want to focus on the main story like I did with Rise of the Tomb Raider. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know what? We're probably just gonna take our time and enjoy ourselves. We're probably gonna end up spending 20 hours in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, if not longer. I am playing this game on the hardest difficulty without it being permadeath. Because what we're doing is we're doing a mega build. I like to call projects like these mega builds, right? And mega builds take a very long time, and the way that I do them is I don't do them in creative mode. I do them in the regular game mode. And it's kind of this idea of doing them in the regular game mode gives me a larger feeling of satisfaction when I accomplish the goals. Normal and it was hard? Ooh, you shouldn't tempt me with a good time. Because recently, I was watching Excessive Profanity. Basically watching Excessive Profanity's VODs while I had some free time throughout the day. And he was recently playing through Warhammer 2, the like strategy game, the pause. He calls it pause-based strategy because it's a real-time like strategy game where whenever you battle, you can control your units in real time. But because you can pause it, he calls it pause-based. Anyways, he and his buddy were talking about what got them into playing games on the hardest difficulty, like what triggered their masochism in video games. And it's kind of funny because their answers after they said what they said is almost the same as mine. Metal Gear Solid 2, European Extreme. That difficulty is fucking insane. I don't think I've ever done a full playthrough of Metal Gear on the hardest difficulty, which is European Extreme, not just Extreme, because the level above Extreme is just even worse, apparently. But I have messed around with it, and it is so satisfactory when you... The satisfaction is so high whenever you defeat a boss on that difficulty. So I'm thinking that's what slowly started to get me into the mindset of playing games on the hardest difficulty. I did that with the Uncharted series, which I think is up on my YouTube. I think I have the entirety of the Uncharted series up on my YouTube, and I played most, if not all, of the games on the hardest difficulty. And boy, there was some... It's funny, because when you play a game on the hardest difficulty, you really get to see the bullshit that they have in that game. Oh, that's always in the Tomb Raider games. The fighting is a piece of cake. You can tap fire the arrows, and a headshot's an insta-kill no matter what. Don't tell me if they've changed that. I want to figure that out for myself, if they have or they haven't. But the fighting, I died, I think, a total of maybe 10 times on Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider through combat. Every other death was platforming or puzzle related. So that's kind of how the games are. Like they used to be very different. I played the original Tomb Raider game, and the jumping puzzles were just as dangerous as the enemies you face. Oh, I'm smiling because it just this is tempting me more. Probably gonna end up playing it on the hardest difficulty now. just because of how you're like, oh, it's hitting the sweet spots right now. Makes you want to get mad. I don't know why I love that feeling of like the rage, when the rage starts to grow and you get frustrated at stuff. For me, that gets me excited for the video game, because it's just going to be that much more satisfying when you get past whatever's causing you the rage. Like when I was fighting that, doing the edits yesterday, and I was fighting that boss, it's such a feeling when you defeat them. I might not show it at the time, but that's definitely how I feel thinking about it in the future. At the time, it might just be like, finally, I'm done with the fight. But in the future, when I'm talking about those fights, I gush about them because of how awesome they were. Uncharted was a little bit different because the mechanics of the fights in Uncharted were a little bit BS. And the boss fights weren't really that much to write home about, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look at the difficulty levels, and if it says something like if you die, you have to restart the whole game, or you can only rest at campfires, I'm not gonna do that the first time I play through it, of course. Right? I mean, hell, I am going to play through the hardest difficulty on Rise of the Tomb Raider. And on the hardest difficulty for Rise of the Tomb Raider, it states you can only save at campfires. You want to see some rage? Tune in on those days. It'll be probably a couple months before I do get back to that and actually attempt to do that. But I will get to it at some point. That should be like a trademark of me by this point. King Dooms 456, the individual who always promises to go back to a game, but it'll take them 2 years to do so. Well, not really. It'll probably be sooner than that. Considering the next couple of months seem to be very drought regarding video game releases, and the only video game release I'm kind of hyped for is Elden Ring. That's the big one for me. That, and I need to figure out some date to start playing through Halo, because last night, Grant Cookland gifted me the Master Chief Collection, which apparently has 5 Halo games in it, so we'll be doing that at some point. Oh, yes. Yes, that's awesome. Well, we'll see. If you enjoyed seeing the little hint of rage that I showed while I was doing the edits of the Neo stuff, then you'll definitely want to stop by whenever I play through games on the hardest difficulty, because I can get pretty heated. I like to say that people would think that I have some kind of bipolar issue based on how my rage can go from 0 to 60 back to 0 again. Because I'll go from like cussing up a storm to, all right, and we're back to normal. So how are you all doing today? And it won't, like, it might seem fake or something like that, but that's just how I am. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just... Yeah. The first time I play through a game, I always try to keep everything as close to the way that the developers wanted it originally. So, like, if they allow you to use DLC weapons and stuff like that, the first time I play through it, I will not use those weapons, because it might make things too easy, right? It's just one of those things. But yeah, that's pretty fun. Honestly, the worst I get anger-wise is whenever I play games like Apex Legends, right? Because playing Apex Legends, I know there are times where I'm better than I, like, perform in the game. And whenever I perform bad, in my mind when I'm performing bad, and it's, like, causing me to lose score in ranked, I get tilted. And I become worse at the game. I call this a tilt spiral, basically. I get tilted because I'm doing bad, so I do worse. I just keep getting angrier and angrier, and it remains. I'm starting to notice when that's starting to happen. So whenever that does start to happen, I just back out of the game and like play something different for a while, if not the rest of the stream. Because I don't like being angry like that the entire time. You know what I mean? Like, sure, I'm okay with having spikes of rage, like little spikes of bursts, like sprints. Rage sprints, basically. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with being angry for like an hour. That's not cool in my mind. Are there like the tree? Are there trees growing? Like, am I turning around and it feels like there's so many more trees? Are the saplings planted? Are the saplings planting themselves? What is going on? That was good timing. I know that's not what's happening, but it feels like the trees are endless. We're close, though. We're close to being done with the trees. Yeah. You take a inhale, hold it for 10 seconds, exhale. But it's not 10 seconds. You have to inhale, count to 10, exhale. And do it a couple of times, and that normally calms me right down. If it doesn't, that's a sign I should probably switch to a different game. We should also get ready to go to bed in this one. And go from that point. I gotta bring this up because one of my biggest fears the entire time that I have been streaming, before I was told that apparently it's amusing, was that my rage was not the type of rage that was entertaining. Because I consider, like, I've been noticing, like, I've been going through and I've been kind of taking a glance at a couple of rage compilations. I'm noticing I pretty much rage like 90% of people. Except I don't break shit when I rage. I mean, there's nothing wrong with... Maybe not too easily. I don't know exactly how to word it, but I get emotional about shit, too. I don't know if I would consider it too easily, but, like... I'm not afraid to admit that I'm an individual that can show my emotions. My what do they call it? Not sensitive. I guess my sensitivity emotions? I don't know. Oh, that's bad. Don't blow up. That would be so annoying to repair. I can't think of, like... I guess I could classify my anger as normal? I don't no, I guess one of my biggest issues was when I was younger, I would try and bottle that shit in, and I would release it through video games. This is why I'm a verbal rager. It's like, say if some shit pissed me off at high school, I would just not my face wouldn't change, nothing. But when I would come home after a rough day and I was pissed off, I'll pick up a video game and play it. Whether that video game was Metal Gear Solid, Grand Theft Auto, Ace Combat 5, Armored Core 3, one of those games I would get and I would just shit on the computer and then do thumbs up. But I don't know. I don't like, to me it's hard to figure out what would be too easily, like, too quick to rage and too quick to cry. I think it's just a situation of that can be natural in some circumstances. Like, it just might seem abnormal because of reasons. But there are plenty of people that, I guess you could say, are sensitive on the emotional spectrum. It just is the way that it is. On a side note, if you can pull out these emotions on command, that may actually be a grand thing, considering what line of work you desire to seek. So if you can pull on these emotions on demand, more power to you. Ah, that sucks. Did I get all the wood? Yep. Okay, good. That's an understandable anger, though. That'd do. That'd do. Advertisement should be playing right about now, too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm bringing this up because I'm like, I've been doing testing with advertising. Kind of the middle ground, if you will. Not really from the big city, but I'm like city side. Definitely not the countryside. So I guess city would make better sense than that connotation, but not like, I'm not from Cleveland though. You know what I mean? I'm not rural. More suburban, I guess. If that makes any sense. Let me check something. Nope, not what I wanted. Gotcha. I don't want to hear myself. Damn it, I wanted to look at something. Not myself. Okay, yeah, it did. Because like I said, I've been experimenting with Twitches. And it used to be you had to use like MooBot or whatever if you wanted to run ads automatically and not manually. But Twitch added their own thing recently because they're doing this. I'm going to keep bringing this up because I'm personally excited for it. I'm an individual that is more than okay with advertising, right? There are some days where I just don't feel like listening to it, which is understandable, but I still like to listen to it because it helps support individuals on free services, regardless if it's a game or if you're watching on YouTube for free or whatever. Anyways, I love advertising, so I've been experimenting with Twitch's built-in advertising thing. Well, I mean, technically there could be coast, but I mean, you just said that. Ignore me. I was about to talk about the Alaska thing we read last night. Alaska has the most coast out of, like, all of the United States combined or some shit like that. There's a couple of facts that I'm remembering from that. Small but well-known city. Well, But we don't have to get into too much detail. Especially not because, like, this is being recorded and will go up on YouTube and all that, and there can be some weird individuals out there. I don't know. I've been to the beach a couple of times. Went down to Florida for vacation a long time ago. And I just don't like sand. Coarse and rough and gets everywhere. I'm laughing because it's a fucking it's partly a meme, but it's also because it's true. I do not like sand. The feel of it on my feet just ugh. Okay. I mean, you know how I am from last night at the very least. I was making sure that this was all good when I was showing that airplane-like city. I like to measure twice, cut once. If that doesn't make any sense, it's long story short, it's a metaphor for carpentry. You measure the thing you're about to cut more than just twice normally to make absolutely sure it's the right cut you're about to make, and then you cut it. Probably did not need to explain that metaphor, but I'm in one of my brain is in like 1,000 different directions right now. So there are probably going to be times where I'm like explaining stuff that is very, very obvious, or I'm discussing things a couple times in a row. I apologize in advance if I do that, but whenever I get excited about whatever, I tend to ramble a lot. And I tend to repeat myself sometimes. I also tend to like over-explain things, and there's all kinds of little silliness I like to do, or I'm apt to do when I'm excited. And my excitement isn't for a specific thing, it's just a general excitement because, like, video games are awesome. And I'm excited for Elden Ring, and a couple of days before I play PoE for the first time, and just one of those types of... Oh, okay, hello there. Oh God.
At Chipotle, our new plant-based chorizo is our best ever. Deep, rich, and smoky. It just so happens to be made from plants. Plant-based chorizo.
Did not expect the pillagers to stop by and say hello there.
Pickup or delivery.
Hey guys, it's sports cards nonsense. I will be
Nope, I don't want to buy anything. Whatever you're selling, take it back to your home.
on Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm a little man who's made some big money in the sports card market industry. I'll be joined by Jesse, the producer.
Never been described as little, but I do like big profits.
We're going to be coming to you and bringing you all the knowledge you need on NBA, NFL, and MLB prospecting. Anything you need to know about sports card and the sports market. Make sure you tune in. We'll be starting this Thursday, January 28th. Follow and listen on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts.
Are the pillagers gone? Please tell me they've disappeared. Go away, pillagers.
Yourself the workouts you deserve and recover with the leading brand that's built their reputation on quality for the past 35 years.
Ow.
It's time to make your workouts worth the effort. Click or tap now to buy Optimum Nutrition Gold.
I've
100%
started to exercise again a month and a half ago. After like a 2-year hiatus, basically, of not working out, when I noticed I was starting to regain a lot of the weight that I lost. And I'm already starting to see a significant loss of weight. And it's like, I understand there are some people that exist that may have whatever issues that prevent them from losing weight on their own. But there's a situation where, like, I have not spent a single dime on my exercise. I literally just do a home workout that I made up. a simple little jog, a simple little series of squats, push-ups, crunches. All right, just simple stuff that I do 5 to 6 times a week. All right, it's consistency. You gotta be consistent. Like I jog for 30 minutes, then I do all that other crap, and then sometimes after I do the squats, crunches, and push-ups, I'll do another little jog, right? All right, I'll check that in 1 minute. My biggest issue is like how these companies that make a pill that'll help you lose weight or exercise service almost make it seem like you can't lose weight on your own. I mean, maybe that's not exactly what it is, but the way that I take it every time I see or hear this advertising about exercise podcasts or services or machines, it's like they give off this air of you wouldn't be able to do this without us, and it's like you're 100% incorrect. Anyways, let me check that really fast, make sure we're good there. Ah, all right, gotcha. It's funny you mention that because I myself too am asthmatic. Well, I'm not nearly as asthmatic as I used to be. I think my asthma was kind of onset like overweight asthma because there are like a billion different types of asthma. And after I started losing weight, eating hot sauces and stuff like that, it helped open my bronchial tubes and whatnot, and I haven't had to hit my inhaler for like 4 years. I used to be really bad, but actually I think a little bit longer than that, 5, maybe 6 years at this point. But yeah, everybody's asthma is different. It's one of the reasons why I've had a couple of individuals, like friends of mine, I don't know if they were actually asthmatic or that they were just, they thought they were, and they had something else because they smoked or whatever. And they asked me to utilize my inhaler, and I was like, no, I can't do that because you might have a different type of asthma than I do. And apparently mine was, that sucks. Well, hopefully it's not that bad. It's not severe. Mild at the worst, I hope. Anyways, greetings and good day, Yuri. How are you today? But yeah, it's good to hear that you're active and all that. Being active is fun. My old man had pneumonia a lot when he was a kid. I myself am doing well, Yuri, to answer your opening question. Just chilling, playing Minecraft for a couple of hours before probably switching over to Fortnite for a bit. Tomorrow we're gonna be playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then I'm probably gonna only play like Let It Die once a week, unfortunately, for the time being, at least until I finish up with a lot of the other games that are currently on my list, or I lose interest in something like Apex Legends. Mind you, I haven't played Apex Legends for a little while. I do want to get back into it when the new season drops, of course. Basically, I want to try and finish cutting down all these trees that are on the generalized location that I'm currently at. Make it easier for me later down the line whenever I start flattening this area. I mean, The list of games I currently have access to is quite ridiculous. One of the reasons why I'm kind of playing through as many games as I currently am at this time is because I kind of wanted to, I feel like playing them, the most important reason, but also because of how many free games I've gotten from Epic over the last couple of years, basically. And I've only put a dent in those games. I'm pretty sure I've gotten World War Z from Epic. Not to mention, you'll have a couple of individuals that'll stop by and be like, oh, specifically Grant Kirkland, oh, here you go, here's the Halo Master Chief Collection. It's like, alright, well, I gotta play that at some point. I've heard a lot of things about Halo. There are a lot of Halo fans. People have literally bought the Xbox only for Halo and nothing else in some occasions. Oh! Speaking of, I think I've mentioned this earlier, but did you hear the news? I know that Bungie does not have the rights to Halo anymore, but I think you'd all be interested to hear that Sony recently announced that they have acquired Bungie. So Bungie has joined the Sony. Did I say Halo? I meant to say Sony. Sony has acquired Bungie. So Bungie has joined the Sony family. If you didn't know, that was a couple $1 billion deal. What, a $7 or $8 billion deal they did over the last couple of months? I had heard rumors over the last couple of days about Sony announcing that they were buying a new company or whatever. And in all honesty, I had been hoping that it was going to be Konami. Because all Konami's been doing with these IPs that they have is sitting on them. There we go. Jesus. Yeah, like Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid. They've not touched those IPs in so long. And they're games that would sell like hotcakes. And it would make sense for Sony to actually purchase Konami. Maybe they're in talks currently with Konami. We don't know. These are backroom deals that we never hear about until it's literally they announce it that the deal's been through. You know what I mean? Because they don't like announcing that they're in talks with that because it could affect their stocks. Like, I bet you, if I were to look up the stocks right now for Sony, they would be a lot higher than they were yesterday. Let's check that actually. Oh shit, yeah. It went from what's today, Monday? Yeah. From Friday at closing.
Hey, boss. Got a minute?
Sure thing.
Well, the economy. It's not great.
If you
Yeah.
want to raise
Friday when it closed, it was at 106
What if I told you
USD.
companies have reached out
And
to
right now it's at,
worker.
Well, since I
oh,
started drinking Red
the
Bull,
graph isn't that big of a difference, but I mean,
I did say
if you wanted to look at the low on Friday at 2:30 p.m., it was at 104.83, and currently it's at 111. I mean, that's a pretty big increase actually if you think about it. $6? No,
Companies were after you.
$7.
gas.
Yeah, that's actually, it'll probably be up higher tomorrow. The stock for Sony, it'll probably get to 120, 130 before it starts to drop again. Possibly. Oh, Bungie. Okay. Yeah, Bungie doesn't publicly trade. Anyways, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, I'm easily distracted at times, you'll notice. I can't help but look stuff like that up because it interests me immensely. Like, the company made that announcement and their stock shoots up $6. Primarily because of misconceptions and people thinking that Bungie still owns Halo, and because it still owns Halo, people are like gonna just want to invest and crazy shit like that. The stock market is a crazy, crazy, crazy storm. It really is. I love like looking at the stocks and whatnot. Like, you should have seen what happened with Activision Blizzard. Actually, speaking of, it's been a while since I've checked theirs. When all that stuff came to light, like that they were being investigated and whatnot, their stock plummeted. And I'm curious to see if now that they've been bought, the stock is actually up. Well, I mean, could be worse, but it is not. Oh yeah, it could be way worse, but it's getting better. It's growing. Probably helps that they were purchased by Microsoft recently, but December 17th, 2021, it was at $61, the lowest it's been for a long time. Damn. Wish I was knowledgeable enough when I was younger to be able to buy stock in like 2009, 2010. Because even now, Activision Blizzard stock, like in January 9th, 2009, it was $9.26 USD per share. And now it's $79. Basically a $70 profit per share. That's insane. That's a good one, Microsoft. After I look this up, I'll get back into the game. My apologies, but my brain went on that tangent and I have to look at it and see. Horizon didn't go up too much. I mean, it's been on a steady incline. $310 per share right now, almost $311. Who would ever expect to be talking about stock market while playing Minecraft? That's the kind of content you get with me. No matter what game I'm playing, I could go off on a wild tangent about anything, including but not limited to the stock market. Okay, we're out of axes. Out of axes. I mean, Maria, regarding the key you have for War of the Worlds, you are still chilling in the chat, right? I want to make sure that I'm not just going to be sprouting this off to nobody. Then you say, all right, I'm back. I just step away for a minute, and then I have to repeat what I said. I mean, I'd be all right with it, but I just want to make sure. But regardless, what I do is with games that I kind of want to play, but I'm not sure when I want to play it, is I put it down on a schedule, and I go, all right, this is the day I have to start playing it. And it, well, this works for me, it might not work for you. It's one of those situations where, like, it gives you this idea and it gets you mentally prepared to play for it, and maybe it even gets you excited. Like I said, Friday, when it comes out, I'm going to be playing Path of Exile for the first time, right? And over the last couple of days, up until today, I've kind of been like, meh, meh, meh about it. But now I'm all hyped for it. So put it on a schedule, you know? That leather armor. Did that have thorns? That was thorns, I think, because if I touched them, I took damage. At least that's what my guess is. I need a couple of pickaxes if I want to deal with this, and I'm not going to. Not yet, anyways. Actually, I may have just fibbed to you all. I'm going to go into my warehouse, get some stone, make some stone pickaxes. So I can rip up that mountain over there. Okay, first of all, boop 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 boop. All right. Second of all, boop. Thirdly, boop boop. Fourth, sure. Yeah, that's fine. I kind of figured they had to step away for a while or whatever. If I have to repeat myself, I will. Because like I said, I'm not actually bothered by repeating myself. One of the reasons, like, I'm excited for the day I get asked, like, people start asking the same question over and over again. I'm excited for that because I'll probably end up repeating myself 30 times, and it might become a meme of like, hey, you ever get tired of repeating yourself? Nah.
Explore the world of premium. When you upgrade, you're
Because I mean, I've been repeating myself for the past, what, year and a half? About, like, my opening greetings and good day, how are you all today? Every time somebody shows up, greetings and good day, how are you today? That's repeating myself. And that doesn't bother me. I like it. It's like a set in stone thing that I do, right? And I have a couple of those set in stone things that I do. Sticky keys? I guess not. I mean, we're making some really good progress. I can't really complain at all. I was gonna say too much, but I can't complain at all about the amount of progress we're actually making. It might not seem like we're doing a lot, but every little bit goes a long way, especially in this game when we're doing a mega build, right? We need stone anyways, and we need to make this little pathway to what is going to be the port city, right? So this is going to be the stairway, the legendary stairway to the kingdom proper. That's going to lead. This though is going to lead to the port city, and the port city is going to go out a little bit more over here, and this is going to go in. And I'm pretty much going to be cutting this point. All right, I'm going to be cutting all this off, and I'm going to have to fill in a lot of water, mind you. But I want to like cut basically from here to hereabouts. All right, I need to make a mob spawner so I can start killing creepers, so I can get a lot of TNT. And then I can utilize that TNT to make my job a whole hell of a lot easier by just blowing up this portion that I'm talking about blowing up. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of shit that I need to blow up. And I don't have enough explosives to do so. Therefore, we're going to need to grind out gunpowder. And the sand's not too difficult to get a hold of. It's just a time-consuming process because it requires grinding out shovels. Unless I come across a merchant that sells fucking gunpowder and sand. Hey, foxes. Anyways, I need to get a lot of stone just for the stairs for this. Right? Because I don't want to be jumping like this. I want to make it a nice, even, little, thing to jump, like, to run across, if that makes any sense. Also gonna have to probably deal with a big old cavern because of the zombie groans we're hearing currently. Might be a little bit overkill, but I'll take it. The only downside is I gotta pay attention to see when it becomes nighttime, because if I don't, then we're gonna come across a situation where I'm just like mining down here the entire night. That made me jump. I saw the zombie and I jumped because it was green and my brain was like, oh god, that's a creeper. What the hell you're doing down here? I have no idea. It's not nighttime. You shouldn't be down here. You weren't meant to get this far! I'm excited because we finally get to the next stage, right? motherfucker! Where the hell did that sumbitch come from? Oh, it will be great. It will be a grand design. Alright, so there'll be a little bit of shit we have to deal with. Alright, there'll be a little bit of flattening we'll have to deal with, but that'll come later. Damn fucking creepers, man.
Welcome to Allstate, where we bring it all together. And bundling your home and auto is good, right? And it saves you up to 25%. It all comes together. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com.
That is a skeleton with a enchanted bow. So I say no. To that enchanted bow, I say no. I say no to that enchanted bow. I mean, I've gone over it a couple times now, what I have intended for it. Like, trust me, we're almost done. Maybe a couple more streams, and we'll be like, I say this as I look at this area here, and I realize, no, we have a lot more work to do, right? Kill all the spiders for the string. Creeper, give me your gunpowder. Oh, it's gonna blow up. Damn it, didn't give me the gunpowder. But I built that scaffolding over there to, like, show off what my kind of general plan is for the kingdom. So, as you can see, we have that is going to be the future smithy. There's going to be other workshops that are going to be, like, taking place over in that general area. Up there is going to be the castle proper. There's going to be a wall. I might cut down some of the mountain or blow up some of the mountain if we get enough TNT. Anyways, there's going to be a wall that goes a little bit, like, around this area, right? It might come in a little bit, but we'll see. We might flatten this and go like that. Might have to put some stuff there. We'll figure it out. Anyways, the wall is going to go around like that. So that's going to be the kingdom. And there's going to be like little cities dotted around the main kingdom, right? I want that. Note to self, when you step off scaffolding, you cannot do what you normally can do with ladders, which is grab onto the ladder. Lesson has been learned. Lesson has been learned. Also, donkey, don't laugh at me. As soon as I couldn't grab on, I was like, we're dead. We're dead. So much experience gone. Damn it. Well, it's a good thing I'm not doing anything that will gain me experience. I've done a couple of things, but whatever. Inventory's all fucked up now. Oh, there they are. Ow. Okay, there we go. Now let's continue where we last left off. Son of beach. Son of beach. Honestly, that's probably temporary. I'm gonna have to turn it into regular stone. I also have to look back at behind me like a paranoid individual so I don't get creeped again. Let's just get this done with and go from there. Probably gonna flatten it a little bit more than even this, so. Might not have exactly wanted to do that, but it should be fine. Let's find out. Okay. Good to know.
Love the mochas here.
Too bad my budget doesn't.
Sarah, don't give it up. State Farm has options to get you a surprisingly great rate.
Thanks, Jake. Next round's on me.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Give me one moment. So, I like it. I'm tempted to get rid of all that as well. I mean, the tunnel kind of looks cute, though. Do you think? Okay, tunnel or no tunnel? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Right? If I do... Okay, hold on. First of all, let's build a little bit of an outlet, shall we? Or an inlet, or whatever you want to call it. Making sure I'm not... Okay, good. We're good. We're good. Making sure I wasn't muted there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a little indentation. There we go. An indentation to the land. Just flatten it, basically, and see how it looks when it's, quote-unquote, done. Because there is going to be a significant amount of mining we have to do. And then we'll figure out whether or not we want to keep or take away the little cavernous region. There should not be a spawn point there. There should not be a spawn point here. I'll have to do some experimentation and testing and search for that. Oh, it might be the cavernous. There might be a cave or something nearby there. Okay, got it. Should head back to the base. I should also light up the outside of that warehouse, but that'll come later. At least the front of it. Bunch of spiders, zombies. Ow. Of course, you give me the enchanted pants. Bastard. Bastard! Your spider brother shall be punished for your bastardry. Up, 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 up. Okay. It is good. Okay, it's gonna be a lot more mining and shoveling and a lot of shit across the board. I might take a little bit of a hiatus the next time I play this from building just to adventure, but I doubt it. Then again, yeah, you gotta have fun at some point, you know what I mean? I mean, mind you, I am having fun with this. But I'm just saying. Trust me, there's more. There's so much more lower I need to go. I think it's 2 lower. So much more mining. I think it's more than 64. It's 3 down. Oh god. Again, this is the same amount of blocks that I can mine with a pickaxe, but it just seems like less because of how much faster you're mining these blocks. Compared, like, we're doing it 3 times faster than we would the whatchamacallit. We're mining or digging dirt 3 times faster than we're mining stone. We're just chilling. Not really much to talk about. I've already kind of glossed over everything that I kind of want to discuss for the coming future. We'll probably do this for a little bit longer and then switch games. Actually, I kind of want to do something. Hold on, let me set this up. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a lot of work, right? Because we got to flatten that area, and we might need to extend it a little bit too. Don't like, I may need to get some wooden planks in order to utilize as fake dirt to help fill stuff in. Goodness. Wait, can we do this as well? Or does it not work? Oh shit, that's right. Well, I do thank you for stopping by, and I do hope you enjoyed your stay at the Kingdom. Till next time, take care, and have a good one, Yuri. Appreciate the lurks, I appreciate the chatting. Probably only going to be going in Minecraft for a couple more hours, then I might switch over to Fortnite. I'll switch over to Fortnite. Might even team up with some randoms. Do some squad games. Who knows? I'm feeling randy. If I'm feeling randy, we shall do such thing. I will say I've pretty much been sitting straight for 2 hours, so that's got to be like a record. A little cushion helps. My damn chair has this tendency to get its wheel stuck, and then I got to wiggle it a little bit so it gets unstuck. Really? It's almost dark again? Enemies spotted. Bitch. I have to deal with my farm stuff in a minute here. No string, eh? I feel cheated. Feel very cheated that I got no string there. It looks like 2.5 food per, I almost said pie, per potato. Oh, make potato salad. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. Unless it's a false alarm. Might just be a false alarm. Oh no, we only got 2 pickaxes left. We're gonna have to stop and make more. We shall go to the warehouse store and build 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. Probably gonna be more than 2 more, but it rhymed, so at least warehouse store, 2 more, 4 more, probably store more, and whatever. Fucking continue the grind of mining. Make sure we're not too low, and I know we're not. But I just wanted to double check. Me trying to get rid of the itch that is in my eye right now without taking my hands off my keyboard. Not necessary to do it that way, but whatever. Definitely gonna need another pickaxe here. Gonna need a lot more pickaxes if you notice. We got all around us. Don't know why I jumped off like that when I could have just did this, but whatever. Donkey hee-haws. So glad that that's what the subtitles say in the lower right. Oh, whoops. Welcome back, Maria. It's funny, you mentioned, last thing you mentioned was something about having a key for World War Z. And I said, I think I got it for free from Epic a while back as well, and I haven't touched it at all, and I've been meaning to. If you've been wanting to play it, but you don't know when, you could do what I like to do, which is set a schedule, like a date. Be like, all right, on March 6th, I'm gonna play this game. Right? I kind of did that for, I mean, mind you, Elden Ring's coming out the day that I'm gonna play it, and so is the update for Path of Exiles, but still. I'm planning some other things out, and then I'm gonna put a date on when I'm gonna start playing through Halo. Probably after, I'll like figure out a proper date after I finish Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And then I'm gonna go from there. I have enough stone on me. I just need some sticks. I need to make a bunch more pickaxes, like a bunch more pickaxes. Throw that there. Throw that there. Oh, speaking of Winter Olympics. Speaking of the Winter Olympics, I'm super excited for this. Are you ready for this? For the first time, the fucking Jamaican bobsled team has qualified into the Winter Olympics. I am so fucking excited for that. Like, oh. They have literally worked for like 30 years to do this. They set some crazy shit up. They like set their bobsled shit up to make attempts at it on just with no ice whatsoever in Jamaica. And finally, they've actually qualified to get there. I'm like ecstatic about that. Because I've been wanting to see them make it for like, how old am I? I'm 26. To 18. 14. Yeah, since I was about 14 years old, I've been like following that story and wanting them to make it. I had to do some quick little maths in my head to be like, all right, when? And it's exciting. And I was going through Twitter. I'm not sure if they're the VTuber Crimmy. Basically, a demon-designed VTuber was, oh shit, discussing, like showed the little article page or whatever. And the article basically says, unless you're 30, you're not excited for this. Bullshit! I'm not excited for that. Whoops. Not exactly what I intend to do. I mean, what? 4 years away from 30? But still. Don't tell me what to do, Porter. I want to be excited for that. I'm excited for that, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's. I almost want to look up an article about it and like read about it. The best part is, I'm gonna be watching them, and if they manage to fucking get gold, I want to see them get gold. Right? This is the most I've ever been excited to root for a team outside of the Americans. Normally, it's always like, yeah, I'm always gonna root for the Americans because I'm American. Whatever, USA, woohoo. But this is like the most hype I've been to watch somebody outside of the Americas perform at the Olympics, right? Which is a weird thing for me to think about, because a lot of the time I like watching the athletes, and it's like always nice to see your home country on the podium at the very least, right? But cool. There's a lot of places that participate in a lot of different types of the sports that are in the Olympics. Never watched? That's actually understandable. There's a lot of people that don't watch it. Heck, I kind of only watch bits and pieces of it. I've seen a couple of gnarly things happen at the Olympics, watching it live. Well, there was literally an advertisement just then, but I even then, I don't know. I normally find out about the Olympics when it's on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm scrolling through channels and it's like, the Olympics is on. Oh, okay. Let's do the tried and true Google. Winter Olympics. Or you could not. They begin on Friday, February 4th, and on Sunday, February 20th. Holy shit, the Winter Olympics is long. I love how that's actually trending on the news right now. The Jamaica's bobsled team prepared for their first Olympics in 24 years. I'm super excited for that. A lot of the medals that Jamaica has gotten has been through track and field. So that's pretty phenomenal. Have I? Yeah, okay. So, let's take a cursory glance at what we got going so far. This is going to be... Oh, God. Are you ready for this? What I'm currently standing on, eventually, is going to be gone. Right? Like, eventually, I'm going to flatten it down to the same level that this is at. The same goes for that area that I'm looking at across from us. It is going to be a time-consuming process that I may... I mean, I could make it a little bit easier. Hold on. Google. This is the first time I'm Googling something for this. Minecraft.
Areas like
I'm quickly watching a video about how to make a mob farmer. A mob farm. What? I might have to watch this over again. Hold on. That's weird. So, you build a 4x4 shaft. Well, all that wooden stuff is just for aesthetics, I would assume. Right? 1,000 stone it's gonna cost you. So... Alright. I don't know if I have 1,000 stone, but we can get started on it right now. Mods that help. True. True, there are mods that help. I think for this playthrough, I'm going to do vanilla, mostly. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a mob farmer. I'm going to kill as many creepers that will spawn in the mob farmer. And then we're going to go from there. Right?
Dig your vinyl, man.
My budget doesn't. Calling time on collecting.
Don't give it up. State Farm has options to get you a surprisingly great rate.
Rock on.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
I might need to make some adjustments to that. Might do some aesthetic changes. What's really funny is, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do, not in creative. That's why I want to do it though, you know what I mean? Scaffolding. I don't know, no, ladders. I was gonna say just build scaffolding, but ladders would actually do better. Could make it out of stone instead of cobblestone. God, 1,000 stone. No, I think we'll just make it out of cobblestone in all honesty. Good timing. Very good timing. I have some organization I need to do, so we're gonna take a moment before we get back into finishing up the shit that we need to finish up. $300 or something, maybe. The most recent version, I think 1.8. 0.1 or whatever it is. I'm just to bear in mind, I might write the mods down or get the mods ready for a future playthrough. But for the most part, I'm probably gonna do the first run like this, modless. I'll think about it though. It depends on what exactly the mods change, if anything. No. Basically, the only thing I was saying was something about figuring out a time when you could play World War Z. What I do is I just set a date to play the game. But you can do it whenever. I was only saying that, like, if you really, really wanted to play the game but didn't know when to. How high does this individual go up? Oh. Okay, I can do that. Hold up. Oh, this person wants you to listen to the damn audio as well. Okay. Give me a second. Alright, we'll just go 15 up then. Don't think height matters. What are we at now? 4? This is a little bit overkill right here. We don't need that, I don't think. Honestly, but screw it. Don't care. Hey! If it's filling and it works. You know? This may be an eyesore, but I'll work to make it look better in the future. I'll probably leave the general base and I'll like build something on the outside of it. Alright, like...
Love the mochas here.
Too bad my budget doesn't.
Sarah, don't give it up. State Farm has options to get you a surprisingly great rate.
Thanks, Jake. Next round's on me.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call
That much?
statefarm.com
I think would be good.
today.
Right here is where we'll, go to, I suppose. That good enough? That might need to be a little bit higher, actually. I'm also not building it where... It needs to be so much higher because we're too close to it, I think. Maybe. We're gonna find out. We'll find out soon enough. Alright, at this stage, what then? Okay. Definitely don't have enough stone to finish this. I love doing stuff like this not in creative, though. I've said this a couple times, and I'll probably say it a couple more in the future. It gives me a greater sense of accomplishment doing this with the resources that I've, like, mined out myself and have, like, just ground out through my own time. That, and it's a nice way to just, like, we're dead. Okay, we're not dead. Close. Anyways, it's just a little bit more satisfying to me. Apparently I smacked myself in the face there. Good to know. Oh. Okay. I see how that does.
You do not like music? Oh, I love it. But, where are the violins?
I just need to do this 4 more times? gonna cost us a little bit more stone because the way we built the little corners on the outside there.
If you love listening and you love creating, get the Soundtrap Spotify Premium Bundle so you can do both. Soundtrap is an online, collaborative recording studio where you can record your own music and podcasts. With the Soundtrap Spotify Premium Bundle, you can listen to your favorites on Spotify and create something brand new in Soundtrap.
So glad I have as many potatoes as I do.
When you step into a premium plan, you're unlocking a better listening experience.
And no annoying commercials.
Even on mobile. Plus, with offline listening, you can take your music wherever you go. Playing any song on
I kind of complain just for shits and giggles. I'm not really bothered by it.
Welcome to a new way to listen. Upgrade to premium to get 1 month free. Tap the
Only a handful of commercials actually annoy me. Have to go back to our thing. We got one more block to do. Yeah, we don't have enough stone to do that, to finish it up, so we'll leave it as is for now. I kind of want to go back there anyways and see how it looks. Ugh. It's not too bad, I suppose. I have to light the underside of it, I think. Anyways, the reason I'm bringing, like, showing this off is because this is how flat the entire area is going to be. And this stairway eventually is going to be smooth stone stairs. And it's going to go all the way down to here, which takes us to the port city. Right? I want the port city obviously to go down here, so I'm going to put, like, fill in this area basically and chop down that area. I mean, I can actually look at the area past with the up there, I think. Long story short, there's a lot I need to do with that area. So the foxes are coming. But yeah, there's a lot more work to be done here. I'm gonna make it easier on me by making that mob spawner so I can chop as many creepers as possible, because I need to basically, possibly even this far, but at least to here, we're gonna cut into the, like, this is gonna be gone and that's gonna be water, right? Or if I'm feeling really, really randy, we can chop that whole area there and make the port city go out like a lot farther than I intend or had intended originally. Regardless, what's going to end up happening is Port City is going to be there. It's going to have a stairway that leads up to here, right? The stairway is going to lead into the kingdom, the castle walls. There's going to be a big-ass gate, right? Not sure how exactly I'm going to do the gate, but we'll get there when we get there, you know? Speaking of stairs that are smooth stone, the next time we go to sleep in this game, we will wrap up at that stage and probably switch over to something else. More than likely Fortnite. Because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it tonight. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Crab? Ow. No. Don't really date. Haven't really... I had, like, what would we call it? Opportunities in high school, but there was just too much drama with relationships in high school. At least of the dating kind. I like to have as little drama as possible with that kind of shit. So, ironically enough, however, I ended up giving a lot of dating advice to my friends in high school. Like, they would come to me because I guess I articulated things in a good enough way. For a multitude of reasons, I don't currently date, though. The big one is just, I don't really have the time or to do so. A big reason is the desire, though. It happens.
We've been asking ourselves, is there a way to make payday faster? And good news, everyone. Now, if your direct deposit is set up at
It's one of those things that's just like,
check available to you.
for me at least, I don't have a desire to date.
No added cost to you.
In the future, if I ever do have a desire to date, I'm then,
We get it. But for us, it's
like,
about
you see all those shows and stuff that
how we read
try and portray an individual dating for the first time or whatever, and it's like, that's
deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
no reason to be nervous, just basically using dates as a way to get to know the person. That's what a date is. It's not like, at least in my mind, it's not anything ridiculous or special or anything like that. You're hanging out with somebody that's going to be slightly more than a friend. Well, it's more than slightly more, but... Yes. Absolutely yes. It's gonna be a lot of work to get it to this... How the hell am I gonna do that? Probably not going to, honestly. Yeah, we'll deal with that later, whatever. I'll figure it out later. Anyways. Co-player... I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it, but it's not that inaccurate at all, honestly. I mean, I do like using gamer terminology for, like, everyday life, you know? When you get another year older, you've leveled up. Stuff like that, just like... It's a fun way to look at things, honestly. literal bush is messing me up. Oh, we don't have nearly enough stairs for this. The other thing, anybody that I do date in the future, there's a lot of shit that they may have to deal with that they will be quote-unquote unable to deal with. Like, ain't nothing gonna pull me away from my little sister, right? She is more important than anything to me, so if that's like a no-sell for the individual, adios, you know? There's a couple of no-sell things I have like that. That's the biggest one right there. Shit. Ah, we almost had enough. I mean, the biggest piece of advice I can give is just be like, depending on the circumstances, the situation, how exactly, like, you can converse with them, you converse with them in that manner, and you be honest about things, right? If it's one of those things where, like, it's a distance type thing or something like that, distance relationships don't always work out. A lot of the time it's just how things do, right? Other situations are like, they could be your next door neighbor, right? Or a high school friend or something like that. But yeah, the biggest piece of advice I can give is just be honest with them. See where that goes. Worst case scenario, it's a situation where, like, they're not into you or what have you, and it's like, alright. You can always remain friends. That's at least what I would like to believe. You know? But the biggest step is conversing with the individual. Because the biggest key in any relationship is communication, right? I'm a firm believer of communication is key. And if more people would communicate and talk to one another and be like you have the stereotypical, the female or the male is in a bad mood. The significant other asks whoever, what's wrong? And they say nothing, or I'm fine, or something like that. And that's like, alright. I mean, you're not. But for some reason you don't want to have that communication. You have to have communication in any relationship, right? Even if they've pissed you off for whatever reason, tell them what they've done to piss you off. Have that conversation. There are things that one person might do in a relationship that just eats at that person. And there will be relationships like that. Be honest about it. If you can dish it out, you have to take it, though. If you tell someone you can't stand when they do this, you have to also accept there might be something about what you do that they might not like. And it's just one of those things. There are, like, regardless, okay, sure, there's something that somebody might do. For example, my old man has a bad habit of picking his nails, right? Like picking his toenails. My mother can't fucking stand that, right? Like, every time he's doing that and she's home, she bitches at him about it. And vice versa. There's a couple things that she does that he doesn't like and he bitches at her about it. But it's not like yelling bitching. It's more like, will you fucking stop picking your nails? Just like, nervous habit. And he stops. So nothing bad. It's just that's a weird way to communicate it, but they're still communicating, if that makes any sense. And the other thing about the individual you, like, be sure to inform them of, like, as the relationship grows, if the relationship does become a thing, you want to be sure to communicate them with what your intentions are and see where they stand on that, because some individuals may not be willing to follow an individual on that path. Like, we've had conversations about you wanting to go to England, right? Right? The UK, at the very least? And having that information out and about is important too. Stuff like that. Having that type of information is important. Yeah.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with a
There we
booming
go.
voice that emphasizes all the main
I was fixing that so I didn't forget.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
That part is super important.
Here's one with a booming voice.
I'm emphasizing everything.
Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance.
Like a pig.
Trying to think of other pieces of advice that I can give, but I pretty much already gave all my blanket advice.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Set in the early days of the internet comes the new Hulu original series, Pam and
Two questions that you have to think. Well, these aren't really questions. These are more like things you need to think about, right? The individual in question, is it somebody that's like you are, like, are they acquaintance? Are they a friend? How long have they been your friend? That stuff you have to think about. Because if you've known them for quite some time, the biggest piece of advice I can give is definitely converse with them about this sooner rather than later. Because during my high school experience, I had one situation where a really good friend of mine never really talked to this individual they liked, and they were going to ask him to the dance, right? That was going to be like the first thing that they've done. Long story short, the day, like, the dance was, like, the day before the dance was going to happen, I called my buddy up and I asked him, what's up? And they're all dejected and sad, and I'm like, oh, they got turned down, that sucks. But it's worse than just them being told no. Their friend, who knew that they liked this individual, asked the individual to go to the dance before them, and the individual said yes, who didn't know that my friend liked them. So, my friend's friend, this is like, it's one of those things where it could sound like bullshit, but it is, because I'm not using names, because I don't like doing that. It feels like I'm calling people out. But my friend's friend pulled the dickest move you could possibly pull. Like, broke so many bro code things and shit like that. And I'm not saying that that's a possibility, but you never know, right? Strike while the iron is hot, is basically what I'm trying to say. That's my joking way to say it, but it's some shitty shit that happened at high school. So yeah, I basically bullshit with them for like an hour, helped them get over the fact that their friend, in quotation marks, was a piece of shit and not a true friend. Because a true friend does not ask the girl you knowingly, like, knowing you like this person, they don't go and ask that person to the dance before you do. Greetings and good day, Grant Kirkland. How are you today? Huh. I always think that, like, I feel it's a little bit weird talking about this like this, but I was an individual that, like, everybody in my high school knew. A long time ago, I lived on a street that basically was a main road that went to and from the high school. Like, you didn't have to go down that road, but the quickest way to get to the high school was going down that road. And like, constantly, people I didn't really know would be driving by, and as they were driving by, they would yell my name out the damn window of the car, and I'd be like doing whatever, I'd wave to them, whatever, right? So like, I kind of had the opposite situation for the most part. I mean, I didn't get a lot of offers because everybody knew that I wasn't the dating type, but like, it's weird when like everybody is like, yo dude, you want to hang out here and do this? And no thanks, I'm good. Smile. I won't get too into detail with it, but long story short, so many offers to go to parties. And this wasn't like the normal traditional high school party. This was like hard drugs parties. Like, crazy hard shit that I would never dream of doing. I see. Okay, here's what's funny. I had a small friend group as well, but I was acquaintances with a lot of people, right? Like, I knew of a lot of people, and a lot of people knew of me. I wasn't friends with the entire football team, for example, but the entire football team, one time they went to the restaurant that my mother worked at, right? And the entire football team at my high school was like, oh, he's my dude, you're his mom, that's so cool. Like, going on and on and on about me to my mother at the restaurant. And I got to make a couple of jokes about, you better have tipped her well. And they're like, oh yeah, of course we did. And I was like, I know you did, I'm just fucking with you. Just vibe. Yeah, that's a lot of people in high school, I'm coming to learn. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with just vibing. Hey doggos. How you doing? Doing good? Yeah. Alright. Maybe one more in-game day. I got a couple more things I want to do before I switch to a different game. Oh, just to inform you, Grant, I will more than likely be playing Halo sometime in March or April. I could probably finish this, or try to finish this. I don't have enough stone. No, I do have enough stone. Well, it's not all going to be cobblestone then. Let's get stone. Let's get as much stone as we can. Yeah, I've heard it has co-op. How many player co-op? I'm curious about that. Ah, 2. Okay. Also, that's pretty cool about the individuals of, like, knowing you through helping your aunt. That's pretty cool. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see about the co-op. It might be one of those moments where I feel like doing it solo. Who knows? I doubt it, though. It will be the first time I've ever really touched anything Halo. I don't know anything about the story. I just know, like, a couple of names here and there. Maybe a few spoilers, I think. But yeah, you kept your head down and all that. Understandable. Funny, there's a couple individuals that come to mind, and I had like, I used to be very close friends with them, but I kind of stopped communicating with a lot of them from high school. At around like my final year in high school, because it's when I really started to pay attention to some of the things that they said and did, when they thought like no one was really paying attention to them. And I never forget the day that one of my closer friends, the way that they broke up with their significant other at the time, who, okay, long story short, I always think it's weird if you're gonna break up with somebody over the phone or something like that, right? That's a little, like, okay. Have some balls to break up with somebody in front of their face, like man to man, face to face kind of a situation, right? Like that. But it's worse than just that, because they did this just before they got into the class that they share with them. They like broke up with them over text and then went into the class that they shared with them, and I'm like, what the fuck? And that was one of the reasons why I kind of stopped hanging out with them as much. There were some other reasons too that I won't get into, but one of the bigger ones was like that kind of shit. Like, doesn't feel right, you know what I mean? Then I started paying attention to them, and there was some other stuff that popped up as well, and I was like, yeah, they're kind of a piece of shit. And it's weird to have that thought process about somebody you were close to. And it wasn't just the one thing, like I said, there was other stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. Anyways, on a lighter note, since you just showed up, Grant Kirkland, I can pretty much delve into the plan for the future. Do you know Path of Exile? If you do not know what Path of Exile is, neither do I. But you can find out alongside me this Friday, because apparently there is a new expansion, whatever you want to call it, to the free-to-play game. And I'm going to play it for the first time ever this Friday when the new release drops. So I am in for some chaos, I believe. I've heard you can do some wicked crap with that. Like, you can build your character to do some stupid things, and I want to see how stupid you can build it. That, and I was watching the stream where they were making the announcement about all this crap that they're gonna add to the next update or whatever. And basically it was like a choose your own difficulty type thing as well, and I was like, I'm into that. There's also apparently fishing, so we'll have to check that out at some point. Anyways, long story short, depending on how much I enjoy that game will depend on how long I play it for. Alongside Shadow of the Tomb Raider, or Shadows of the Tomb Raider, or whatever the exact... It's Shadow, right? Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Anyways, that, and then... What is it? 20 days away from the release of Elden Ring, which I will be doing a big old playthrough of that on stream. Might go a couple of hours early. We'll see. I mean, consider your luck that that statement could not be truer. There's a lot more iron up here than I thought there would be. I'm all for it, though. True. The music in the ears kind of signifies don't fuck with me. Thinking about it. They're like, shit has kind of changed a bit since I was in high school. I mean, mind you, it's been almost... It's been almost 9 years. For me. So that's a statement that I don't like saying. Time after time. Yeah. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Alright. This is the moment where we're probably going to switch games. We got about 3 hours into Minecraft. We'll probably get 2 to 3 hours into whatever we decide to play. The coin toss, it's a three-way coin toss between Apex Legends, Let It Die, or Fortnite. True. But a lot of the time, it was like you were the conversation initiator type of thing. I mean, if you want to play Apex, I just don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I'm leaning towards Fortnite right now because I'm having a blast with it. Then again, I kind of want to check out Fortnite because there might be some new shit to do, like the final week before the new season. And it has been a while since I last played Apex. Oh god. All the enemies have spawned in. Be afraid. Be very afraid. lot of that has to do with how you carry yourself, right? Like, I think one of the reasons why I was as well known as I was because of, like, I carried myself with confidence. And it's all in the way that you carry yourself, how you come off to other people, the type of like the aura or whatever that you exert. I exerted an aura of confidence, like I could talk with whoever the hell I wanted to because I knew I could talk to them, kind of a situation. But it was confidence, but it wasn't arrogance. You know what I mean? Anyways, for those of you that have been watching this on YouTube through the archive channel, I very much appreciate it, and I do hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far, be sure to become a citizen of the kingdom today via subscribing to this channel as well as the main channel. If you want to catch me when I do go live at 8 p.m. EST EDT every single day for the year of 2022, then you can catch all these links. I'm saying this a little bit jumbled, I apologize for that, but anyways, you can find links to all of this and more in the description below through all my links or streamer links. I look forward to potentially seeing you all when I do go live. If not, I hope you enjoy your stay regardless. And until next time, take care and have a good one, YouTube. Bye-bye.